My name is Dan Humbert. I'm the Vice President of Information Technology with the Central Florida YMCA. The YMCA, a lot of people will look at them as a swim and gym, and we are much more than that. We are wanting to make a major impact in strengthening our communities that we have family centers in. I've been employed by the YMCA for 12 years, and prior to that was a consultant that helped them select the Oracle e-Business Suite and a hosting partner. We started looking at outsourcing when we selected the Oracle e-Business Suite. And we have a very small IT department. We're a nonprofit, so we're really cognizant of where our money is spent. And it was easier to outsource some of the Oracle support and operations of the Oracle e-Business Suite, because I didn't need a full-time DBA, and to find one and keep one and pay them enough money was just going to be too hard. Back when we first selected, we wanted something that was going to be stable and scalable. It's just an area, especially from the hosting standpoint, that I didn't want to have to worry about. I just kind of knew that it was being taken care of, that they were knowledgeable and familiar with the Oracle systems and how they worked, and would keep them up and running. The company we were outsourcing with went out of business, so we had a very limited time to switch to a new company. So that's when we first went with ITC. They were part of our initial evaluation, so they were somewhat familiar with us. So we had a very smooth transition, and we were still doing a lot of implementing new modules at that time. I think it was time and labor, and some of the other, we did some custom development for our coach approach, which is something custom that ITC built for us. And it was just, again, nice not to have staff internally look and learn all the complexities of developing on that platform. We look at ITC, again, as supporting what we currently have running on Oracle e-Business Suite, which is right now HR and finance. So everything that ITC supports right now is our back end, which is critical. I mean, it's our financials, it's our audits, it's our taxes, and also our HR system. So there's been situations where we read an email that this alert happened and that it was fixed, and we're reading both of those together. And so that's comforting. Also, I think ITC also has a very good disaster recovery plan. You know we have our data and servers in Chicago and a backup in San Francisco, and that's something that they test so that very quickly, if it happened, we would be quickly switched over to our San Francisco site from a disaster recovery. We knew we had to do something different with training when we went through a big conversion, and in the past we've always pulled 300 to 500 people over days and get them trained just with PowerPoint and with a live instructor. And so we wanted to use the tools that we could afford, and so we initially contacted ITC to help us pick a training tool, curriculum development and a training tool. And so that assessment was very helpful. We ended up selecting Articulate for a learning management system and their Storyline tool to deliver some online computer-based content. And so we looked at that, and again, I just had one trainer on my staff and had not used the tool. So to get us over the hump and to be able to not have that be on the critical path, we had ITC develop all of our online learning for the initial rollout, and then the plan would be it's a tool that's simple enough that we can take in-house and start to learn it and make the updates and continue to roll out new trainings. So over the past 2 to 3 years, we've moved a lot of our systems to the cloud. So when we first started with eBusiness Suite, cloud wasn't really a big deal back then, 10 years ago. And so we were able to consolidate all of our processes on the Oracle eBusiness Suite. But in the past 3 to 5 years, cloud applications that meet niche needs of our business. So over the years, we've seen more and more of those cloud apps pop up. And so we're now looking at how do we bring them all back in and consolidate them so that we have that 360-degree view of our customer. So our growth objective is to continue to impact people's lives, so to grow the number of kids that we impact in our community. You know, society's changing, and it's like, how do we keep kids still interested in sports and want to go to camp and, you know, learn to swim and those types of things. So I think we're battling, you know, a culture that's really changing people's lives, not necessarily for the positive. So the Y wants to be relevant in families, in children, and in people's health goals and what they want to accomplish.